Hello everybody and welcome back to another Deep Ogre review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the kind of new Transformers Studio Series 92 Crosshairs from the last night. Now it's kind of weird that we got a last night Crosshairs before we get a Age of Extinction Crosshairs, but honestly, I don't really know the difference. If you know the difference and can tell me, please tell me in the comments below because I do not feel like doing my own research. Anyway, this guy is pretty damn good. I was not excited, or I think I was excited for him. I can't remember. I was pretty excited for Crosshairs, just because I really love Age of Extinction. I know. Blasphemous. It's seriously my third favorite Transformers movie. First, obviously, being Transformers 86, then DOTM, then Age of Extinction, but that's just my opinion. Please don't shit on me. I love that movie so much. It's very nostalgic for me. But yeah, this guy, he's pretty damn good. He's a lot better than people give him credit for. So without further ado, I'll get into his accessories. These two little guns have to be some of my favorite action figure accessories I've gotten in a very long time, outside of like G.I. Joe classified figures. I really like that these guns do look like actual real life guns, and I'm a sucker for like mini Transformers pistols. I think that's why I gave the Netflix Elita 1 and the Earthrise RC a lot of, slack, is because they came with pistols, and I really like Transformers that come with pistols for some reason. And this is just so cool. You got the little suppressor here, or not the suppressor, but the barrel here with the nice holes. Just absolutely beautiful and movie accurate. Obviously, they do just go into his hands and like so, and they look perfect in there, and he can do some nice poses with them. I wish he did have a certain point of articulation, which we'll get into later. But for this guy's detail, it is absolutely stunning. That head sculpt is just dead accurate Crosshairs, just absolutely astonishing looking. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The only thing is they painted both of these red, which one is supposed to be red, the other is supposed to be blue, if you didn't know. So that kind of sucks. And there's a lot of areas where they could add a little more paint app, like right here on these gears. But other than that, the detail is just sublime on this thing. Like, damn. These Bayverse Studio Series figures always nail the absolute shit out of the detail. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff. And I talked about it in my Hot Rod review, but just like the little details, like how these two forearms are different. I would never have noticed that, ever, if I watched the movie, and that the figure puts that on it. They put it in the sculpt, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Obviously, a lot of him is neon green with these neon green stripes. You got the trench coat right here that allows for a little bit of articulation, and obviously the big gripe, or actually the legs look very good. I really like the two-toed feet right there. I really like the legs. I don't know why. But obviously the big complaint is the backpack and how flat the body is, because the body is fairly damn flat. It's like a pancake. But honestly, it doesn't really bug me that much. I thought it would bug me a lot more than it actually does, to be honest. But it doesn't really bug me that much. And if I really wanted to, and I wanted to keep most of the trench coat, this is, and the spoiler falls off, which I'll talk about more when we get into car mode. But if you really didn't like the backpack all that much, it is removable, so you can just take that off and maybe fold that up, and boom, you have a cleaner looking back, but you still have these little trench coat pieces out to the side if you so please. And the gunmetal gray, I forgot, just the gunmetal silver on this guy is just beautiful, beautiful. But obviously, because I'm a reviewer and I like to keep it semi-professional here on Maddie Gwen, we'll plug that back on and continue the review. So for articulation, you have a ball joint up at the head, but it doesn't allow for a lot of movement. He can look up about that far, down not at all, and a little bit of side to side, and obviously side to side, a little bit, a small bit of tilt, but these little pieces here kind of get in the way of his side to side, and the spoiler fell off again, so let's just keep it off. Arm can go full 360 all the way around. You do kind of get a butterfly joint due to transformation. You get a tight hit or swivel with the mushroom peg. Single jointed elbow. I don't know why they only... I know to keep it at a deluxe price point, they probably did it to do that, but a lot of deluxe figures from the Studio Series line, especially Bayverse, have double jointed elbows. It would have been so nice to have those on this figure, especially due to his accessories. It would have just been so cool. So cool. So fucking cool. But sadly, that's not it. So just single jointed elbows right now. Nothing at the wrist, sadly. Nothing at the waist. But you do have these little things to get the skirts out of the way. And obviously, the skirt has a hinge right there. Can kick up. Only about that far. Even with the skirt out of the way. If you move it to the side, though, he can get all the way up like that. You do have the classic Bayverse chicken leg for for transformation, but you do have a thigh swivel at the ball joint, and then an actual thigh swivel that's really tight. And if I try to move it, it's gonna pop the leg off the ball joint, sadly. So let's just... Fuck, that's tight. I like that. A lot tighter than Hot Rod. So Crosshairs gets a point there. Foot can go down, can go up, and you do get a very, very nice amount of ankle pivot. Now for size comparison, he is a little bit short, especially compared to Hot Rod, which we'll obviously do a size comparison then, but here he is next to the Transformers Earthrise Optimus and the Transformers Classics Optimus. Just for fun, here he is next to the Transformers Studio Series Target exclusive Leadfoot and the Transformers Studio Series Roadbuster. I don't know why, I just always think Crosshairs would be cool as a wrecker, but obviously we didn't get that. And if you want to go check out this Roadbuster review, it's turning 3 years old this month. I believe this month, I could be wrong, or next month, who fucking knows. But this review is almost 3 years old. That review is almost 3 years old. I reviewed this in October of 2020. So if you want to go check out some very old Maddie Gwen reviews, very early Maddie Gwen reviews, you can go check those out right now. And just for some more random Bayverse comparisons, here he is next to the Transformers Deluxe Class Studio Series Dino, or Mirage, which we're getting an actual Mirage in Rise of the Beasts. And here he is next to the Transformers Studio Series Bone Crusher. And last but not least, here he is next to the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Hot Rod from the last night. Go check his review out. I just reviewed him, so if you want to go check that out, you can. And here he is next to the Transformers Voyager Class The Last Night Megatron. He looks great next to him. Crosshairs is a little small. He's just a tad bit small in my opinion. But he still looks great in my opinion, so not really docking points for his size. But without further ado, let's get into transformation. So for Crosshairs vehicle mode, I'm not going to be moving him around like I usually do with the vehicle modes, because if you listen very carefully, you can hear that. I don't know what it is. It sounds like one of those pullback cars where you pull it back and then it goes, but it does it forwards too. So who fucking knows what that noise is? When I spin them individually, when they're not on the ground, they sound perfectly fine. And ignore the spoiler that just fell off. I hate that, and it will annoy me till the day I die. First thing it did when I got this out of the package is a spoiler fell off. I know I already probably talked about it in robot mode, but I don't care. I'm talking about it again because it's horrible in the vehicle mode. But yeah, other than that, this figure in vehicle mode is very beautiful. I remember I liked the original Crosshairs figure, but it just wasn't the right shade of green to me. This is dead on perfect neon green. You got the nice black stripes all across here. Just absolutely very beautiful. Even those tiny little Autobot symbols right there, painted in black. Yeah, some black scuffage right there, which is visible on robot mode too, but that's fine. I am okay with that. You can see his goggles peering out from this back window. Again, translucent for the windows, windshield, and back windshield. So very, very nice. Obviously, you got the Ferrari logo up front and in back. Transparent right there for the headlights. Other than that, this figure doesn't have much. One thing I do like on this figure is the painted rims. Some nice rims you got there, as Knockout would say. Anyway, this guy's pretty damn good in robot mode. I wish this was painted either white or something, like maybe an Easter egg like they did on the old Bayverse figures, but whatever. I wish that the Ferrari logos were painted as well, but whatever. The headlights, or the tail lights, are painted in this nice red. Other than that, this figure's pretty good in robot mode. Nothing else to say. So let's get on to my final thoughts. Now for my final thoughts. I thoroughly enjoy this figure a lot more than I thought I would have. From pictures, early pictures, I wasn't really feeling it, especially after we got the shot of him being flatter than a pancake right now. But other than that, this figure really blew me away. Of course, there are some things that are inaccurate, like the goggles, which is sad. And honestly, I don't know why they went with the Last Night version of this character, because he was really fucking cool in Age of Extinction. I'll put a clip, my favorite clip of him, here.
Good luck.
Where are you going?
To lay some hate.
And then they made him a fucking butt monkey in The Last Night. I'll put a clip of him being a fucking retard in The Last Night.
Kate, what's with the C-3PO ripoff?
Don't kill the messenger, or the messenger will kill you.
Ouch!
So yeah, they kind of fucked him up in that movie, but I still really like this figure. I really like the design. The only real complaint I have is no double jointed elbows and the goggles. Other than that, this guy's pretty damn good. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. One of the best Studio Series figures, along with Hot Rod, to come out in recent times. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you haven't already, and you like what you see, and you want to see more, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.